What up, man? It's your big brother K Reno, man. Y'all are tuned in to another episode of Underground Dialogue Podcast, Zoom YouTube edition, man. I got a brother with me tonight that when I first heard this man, it was at a show. I was just at the show chilling, and this brother gets on stage and starts just ripping off song after song. And I was so impressed with his stage presence. I was impressed with his style, with his mental sharpness, but also with the content, with the lyrical content that he was putting down, concepts and all that. I think a lot of times we there are so many artists that we just know that's supposed to have the names that we can overlook people who are just as great who may not have got to that level yet. So I want to shout out to my brother and introduce to some and present to others my homie K Rhymes. What's going on, family member?
What it do? What it do?
Oh man, it's you, my brother. It's all about you. I saw you yesterday at the Loud show.
Yes,
I hate I
sir.
missed your performance, but I know you did your thing, man. I know you did your thing. It's always good to see an artist staying busy and staying active. What is it about the live performance that motivates you to where every time I look up, you on somebody's show doing something?
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people keep on forgetting this. This is the practice ground before you get where you trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So you practice make perfect. If you don't get up there and work on your stage presence, make sure that you remember these lyrics. Make sure you give a flawless show each time that you get up there. Like last night was a big blessing. We had the whole crowd screaming "Yeehaw!"
Yeah.
I'm talking about the whole crowd was singing this with us, and that was almost 1,000 people at that place. Say it was a blessing. It was a blessing for real.
You know what's crazy about that when you were saying that because I went to the show a long time ago in Hiram Clark and there was a guy that was performing the song and he had a hook. You know, did nobody know who he was and had never heard the song. But by the time he got to the hook the second time, everybody was already singing it. And
Yeah.
what that made me and my homies that was there think about is like to me, that's a sign that you know you got a hit record or a potential hit record. So because if they catch it on that quick and the whole crowd is into it, number one, they like it.
Yeah.
Number two, it's catchy. So what are gonna be your plans in terms of is that gonna be your single? Or are you gonna try to market that? Because a lot of times we'll have thoughts of what we think is the song, but then
Hmm.
people will say otherwise. So is that the single you looking at, or you?
I ain't gonna lie. That's one of the main. That's my main baby right now. I'm trying to get on them trail rides with it because it got that country hip hop to it. So I'm trying to hit them trail rides with it. You know what I'm saying? Turn those people up as well as the hip hop here. You know what I'm saying? But me and Young Hussein, that's our song together. And shoot, we do it everywhere. I want them to know him just like they know me. Every time they see me, I want them to be like, okay, that's them too. When they see that cowboy hat and they see me, they're like, okay, they finna do yeehaw. We show is.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Tell us about your origins, man. You know, we know you from Mississippi. If they don't know, you can let them know. How'd you start in Mississippi and what drove you to Houston from Mississippi and what part of Mississippi?
I was born in Greenville, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson, which is like 35 minutes away from Greenville, Leland, Mississippi. My mother got a job for she's in healthcare. She's been a nurse for almost 40 something years now. She got a raise. They told her that they wanted to have her relocate, so she moved to Baton Rouge. We stayed in Baton Rouge for like 3 years. Then they told her, "Hey, we want you to relocate. We got a hospital they just trying to bring up. We think you'll be a perfect fit." So by the age of 8, I was in Houston, Texas.
You've been in Houston all this time, so you're really a stone bone Houstonian, you know.
Yes, sir.
And so the music scene, when did that first grab you? The rap scene in Houston, when did that first grab you, and what was what was that like when that bug first bit you?
I ain't gonna lie. It was during the man, I'm coming down era. We was all at the park, and all of my friends that I was kicking it with, they used to just freestyle. And I used to just listen to them. It was just to me, it was just remarkable. I'm watching them rap and everything. They'd be like, "Jump in." I'm like, "I don't rap." They was like, "Yeah, you do. You just don't know it. Just jump in. I'm like, I don't rap. Just stop trying to make me rap. So one day we was all at the park getting high, and they was like, "Man, you gonna rap today?" So I did my man. I'm coming down. Man, I'm coming through. You know, that was that era. I started with that, and once I started with that, I caught that bug, and it was over with. It was all about music.
Right. So your initial leap into the game was just on freestyling off the dome.
Hmm
When did the writing part kick in?
Writing came when I started writing poetry, and somebody told me the poetry that I was writing was just like music, and if you could write poetry, you could write music. So at first, I was making music with just, you know what I'm saying, because I was locked up at the time, you know, beating on the table, making it that way. When I came home, people was like, now you need to put a beat with it. Now you need to start writing to the beat. Now you need to learn bars. Now you need a hook. Now you need, and I was like, I, I was just doing it for fun, you know what I'm saying? But once people started putting it together, it's like, hey, you got something. You really need to go ahead and try to pursue this. I was a little bit older, but shoot, I wasn't going to give it up after I started. So I just went full fledged into it.
Yeah, you know, talent don't have a age limit, and it only have an expiration date when we stop sharpening the talent. So,
Yep.
you know, you know what? I'm glad you said it, because what do you think about that? A lot of people are always talking about rappers when they get old and when they this and that. You know, what's your whole take on that? Because a lot of the young rappers that's saying that, they don't realize if they blessed, they'll get old one day.
Man, yeah, you'll get there one day.
Yeah.
I had a homeboy, we don't really associate with each other anymore. He said those exact words. He waited till he was close to his 40s to start rapping. And that wasn't true. I'd already been rapping. But just because I'm hitting 40 and y'all think I'm supposed to stop doesn't mean that's when it's time for me to stop. I'm gonna stop when I don't have a voice coming out my you know what I'm saying, mouth anymore. I'm gonna stop when I can't put lyrics down anymore. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, shoot, I'm making some of the best songs that I've ever made. You know what I'm saying? I finally found myself in my music. I'm not trying to rap like this person, that person. You know what I'm saying? My idols was you, Scarface, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So I got away from trying to sound like y'all and trying to sound like me. You know what I'm saying? So once I found myself, shoot, I went straight into it. So nah, it ain't no age bracket on it. You know what I'm saying? They could call it an age bracket if they want, because some of them could out rap half of them, and I sleep.
No doubt about it. You know, we can't let other people. That's anything in life. You don't let other people put limitations on you and your dreams and aspirations. It's like, how you don't know me to be able to tell me what I can't do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest things. But people will try to impose that on people because of their own insecurities or whatever. And
hmm
like you just said, hitting 40, your music starts to become a reflection of your life and yourself and your character. So now you got more to talk about, and you kind of come into that understanding like, this about to be, like you say, my best work.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, I hadn't lived life. I wasn't
To
living
even talk
at
about
18.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just going with the flow. So now I've been through some things and blood, sweat, and tears. Now I really got something to offer the world.
Yeah.
Offer the world. So, who are some of the guys? Well, you mentioned Face and a couple of guys. As far as just the production style and type of beats and music you like, who are some of the artists that you gravitated towards, not on the rapping side, but on the production side?
On the production side, I deal with this one gentleman named G Icy.
Mm.
He started sending me beats, and when I say sending me beats, this man sends me about 4 or 5 beats every day, every single day. And he's like, choose, just choose, just choose. But I cut it for Timberland, you know what I'm saying? I really don't know who all Face had, but we used to take Jack his beats and rap on all his beats.
Yeah.
Uh, um, the reason why I like Timberland so much, Timberland had a different style than everybody else. You know, of course, Dr. Dre had it where everybody wanted a beat from Dre. If you got a beat from Dre, shoot, that was like legendary. You know what I'm saying? But those were the people that we was freestyling on their beats, writing our own songs for them beats. You know what I'm saying? So I've always just been jamming to their stuff.
So once you found out, well, let me ask you this first. when did you discover? When was the moment where you was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. You know, because I think every rapper has that moment where you kind of feeling your way out. It's like I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but then you kind of grow and you fall into that pocket like, nah, I'm one of them ones. What was
That would be
that
the one
moment
that
for
you
you?
told me. That's the song that you told me I needed to find a way to get it on the radio. When I did On Fire, I still remember that day. I was writing it in the truck. I was writing it, I was writing it. I was like, this is it. This is it. I went into the studio and my manager at the time, I said, you finna cuss me out. And he was like, I'm finna cuss you out. Why? What you done did? I say, after you hit it, you gonna cuss me out. But it's okay. And he was like, why you say that? I say, because you're gonna say that I've been had this in me. So I got in the booth, he turned on the beat, he listened to the beat. And once I said, welcome to the jungle, we gorillas, ain't no time, he pressed, he was like, fuck you. I
Right.
was like,
You
damn.
you was right, huh?
Yeah, I already knew it because it was the style, it was the way I came in on it, it was everything that I was saying in it, and it was original. You know what I'm saying? When he heard it, he was just like, "Yeah, you've been had that, and you just not letting it out." And I made that song because there was a lot of people that kept on telling me that, "Oh, you're not hot enough. You too mellow. You need to give more emotion in your songs." And I'm like, I am giving emotion in my song. So when I wrote that one, that was kind of like, here it is. I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? So that was my one that I was like, yeah, I got a little something right now.
And a lot of artists I don't think understand how important it is to learn how to channel um, criticism and not take it personally or not get
Yeah,
emotions about it, but to see the first thing is to ask the question, is it any truth into
yeah,
what somebody saying? That's the first thing. And the second thing is to try to tap into the spirit in which somebody is saying it. Is it coming
yeah,
from a bad place? Is it coming from a place of you trying to hate or trying to destroy my morale or whatever?
yeah,
But the very first thing to do is say, okay, well, could it be some truth in it? The way okay, maybe I am too mellow, too late. Maybe I do need to kind of find a middle ground. But it seems like you used it as to say, okay, I'm gonna show y'all.
yeah. I wanted to prove it to him. My first show, I had a shirt on. It was a Sean John shirt, and it said "Prove them wrong," and that's where I stood on. I was like, I'm gonna prove to y'all I'm one of the hottest artists in Houston. I had a show at Pharaoh, and the dude played the song, and he was like, "Yeah, it's cool." I was like, "It's cool." He was like, "Yeah, it's a song." A song. I was like, what you mean by that? He was like, no disrespect, don't take this in the wrong way. And he was a top promoter. And he was like, I can hear 20 songs like that. I need you to give me something that I ain't never heard before. I could play 20 songs that sound just like this. Give me something else. Okay. When he heard On Fire, he was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. This is what I mean right here. I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, because I think a DJ like that, his mind is set on breaking a record.
Yeah,
A lot of DJs might have took the song that fell into the same category and sound as the other 20 songs and just like, okay, well, I can just blend that in or not. But real DJs focus on, I want to be the one to break in something that ain't nobody else got that's new.
yeah,
So whoever that DJ was, salute to him. But salute to you for being able to take the criticism. Too many artists are they think that they built for it,
mm-hmm.
but the talent is not what constitutes you being built for the game. Because
Yeah,
a lot of artists got talent, but what constitutes you being built for the game is being able to take them comments and media rights that's gonna pop you upside the,
and
you
they
know.
gonna come too. I don't think they prepared for it
Yeah,
because that's one thing you got to be ready for. Everybody not gonna like your music.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been on Fleet DJ calls, and it was one lady. She was like, "I like the beat," and I was like, "Okay, cool." You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. Everybody isn't gonna like it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? They got to get prepared for that. You got to have some thick skin in this game.
Yeah, and you gotta also believe in what you have because the flip side to that is that even an experienced DJ, an experienced marketer, promoter,
Mm-hmm.
they not always right.
Nope.
An experienced A&R, they not always right. So it's a lot of A&Rs and DJs that can tell you stories about songs that got sent to them that they were like, and then the song went somewhere else and blew up. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So if you believe in what you got and take the opinions of the everyday person, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not just your homies who might be on some yes man type stuff, but
Yeah.
regular people, then the people would have the last word. You know, so
Always.
talk about that too though. Have you had those situations where you had like a inner circle, and how is your inner circle? Do they shoot straight with you and say, hey, K
Oh,
Ron,
mine is straight
yeah,
shooters.
yeah,
If it's trash, it's trash, and they're gonna be like, nope, nah, you need to go back to the drawing board with that one. The funny thing is, Yeehaw was not everybody's favorite at first. I remember when I told my manager at the time the concept, and she just looked at me and was like, Yeehaw. I was like, yeah. She was like, I don't think that's gonna work. I was like, I'm gonna show you that it's gonna work. She said, okay. So we made the song. When she heard it the first time, she was like, play it again. I gotta hear it one more time. Played it again. She was like, I don't know how you did it, but you made that one work. My partners, they listened to it a couple of times. They was like, I can't lie. Your cadence was different in there. You started shooting your little puns in there. One person was like, the twerking or jerking. Where'd you get that from? I was like, shoot, when somebody's dancing, you got some people that can actually dance, and you always got that one person that can't do nothing right. So it just looked like they jerking over there. So like I said, I don't care if you twerking or jerking, just as long as you keep on moving it.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? So some people pick it off. They try to pick little things in there. They try to say stuff to hurt your feelings with it. Me personally, if you told me that line and that bar, you heard it.
right,
Even if you picked it out to try to pick on it and say, he said twerking and jerking up in the song. I did, but it must have touched you in some kind of way because you was able to repeat it back to me out of the whole song. You know what I'm saying? But that song by itself, it took for me and him to perform it, for everybody really to be like, nah, y'all got one.
mm,
Y'all got one. You two together on that stage, y'all brought that song to life.
yeah.
And so that's what we try to do every time we get up there. We've actually perfected working together on that stage. We don't even look at each other. It'll be me walking past him walking past me. We'll turn around, look at each other, and it's not nothing that we don't rehearse and plan. It's just that's our vibe when we get on that stage for that song because we both believe in that song.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We feel like that's that one that's gonna bring us where we need to be at. You know what
Some
I'm saying?
people have that natural chemistry. That's all that is. You know, sometimes
Yeah,
you find a rap partner that just y'all just naturally feed off of each other. So I mean that's a real thing. But to your other point, man, because you made a great point. It's like people don't see it in the beginning because so song called Yeehaw, but you know, as you was talking, I'm thinking of songs, Masterpiece, make them say, nah, nah. You know, and that's it's a remake, but the point is, as a rap song, it's like, dude, if you just tell somebody that, just imagine you was having a conversation, say, man, I'm gonna do the song, I'm gonna say, make them say, they be like, but when they hear
no.
it and the crowd is saying it, Outkast had the hey now, you know, it's all
Yeah,
kind of songs that have that type of that are in that vein that are catchy. You
yeah,
know, people just want to gravitate towards something that sometimes, you know, and you're a lyricist, so you deep and you introspective, and you know, sometimes when we write like that, we have to remember to come out of the stratosphere sometime and operate to where it's like, okay, I want to have fun. I'm just do something light,
yes,
and that's not
yes.
dumbing down. That's not dumbing down.
Nah,
It's just
it's
I'm
not.
just I'm just coming. I could be an astrophysicist. That could be my daily profession, but
Yep,
that don't mean I can't go to the park and hang out at a barbecue with my homeboys. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
So
exactly.
and play cards. So
Man,
that's what that is, man. Tell me about when the business side started to really you started to come in contact with the business side of the game. Because I think every rapper goes through that process where you just doing the art.
yeah,
Then you discover you good, people start coming. Then that business side kick in. What was that like?
that was the tricky part. A
Yeah.
lot of people they don't tell you the ins and outs of this game.
Yeah.
This is when it's sold, not told.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't gonna tell you about Sound Exchange. A lot of people ain't gonna tell you to register your music. They're not gonna tell you about BMI, ASCAP. They're not gonna tell you about these things. And these are the things that get you paid. You know what I'm saying? And when I say it's a lot of artists that don't know about it, all they know is just put their music out and they think I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow. Nah, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta register these shows that you're doing. Some of these venues actually give royalty. You gotta know that. You know what I'm saying? I usually right now I go for shows that's gonna make sure that they have royalties paying out. Like Miss Lovey and Miss Lovey jamming or cramming.
Yeah.
They stuff is says that they gonna make sure that when this played with them, you finna get paid for it. Chicago 77.3, when they play it, you're gonna get paid for it. This is the digital tracking that people don't think about it, don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Even with Derek, wherever Derek is, because he has loud music, there's digital tracking right there. You're supposed to register that. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people need to know and need to understand. But that's that part of the game that's sold, not told. You know what I'm saying? So the business part had to come in when I was like, where's the money at? And they was like, did you do this? No. What about this? No. What about this? No. Then you're not gonna get paid. I'm like, wow, I thought they were supposed to pay me to come in here and perform. You have to get these numbers up for these people to say, I'm gonna drop this money on you.
Yeah.
You need to get followers up in here. And see, that's the other part that artists don't know about. In order for you to get paid from these shows, you want these big venues to put you up in there and make you the number one act up in there. You're gonna have to show them that you can bring a crowd up in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we become stars in our head before we actually are. You know,
Become star, yes.
yeah, I've seen too many artists do that, you know, in showcases and all that. We used to put together showcases all the time, but you'll see guys come in and they'll perform and then they'll just shoot out the door like they got to go catch the private jet and go to Vegas. When in reality, not understanding the power and importance of networking,
Mhm.
creating relationships with other artists and other people in the business. That's the biggest thing. What give us your take on that, creating relationships and networking, and tell us how to do
It's very important.
that.
One of the reasons why even like Rap Economics, they was there yesterday as well.
Yeah,
But I built a repertoire with those two gentlemen. When they see me, they know who I am.
right,
You know what I'm saying? No, they not pushing my music 24/7, but when they see K Rhymes, they that's K Rhymes
yeah,
because they done seen me at so many shows. They know some of the music that I put out. You know what I'm saying? When Derek knows me, he knows me by face and music as well. You
right,
know what I'm saying? When I met Lil Flip again. That was my second time meeting him. Last time was on Jamming or Cramming with Third Austin and Miss Lovey.
right,
He had an artist up there that he did a track with, and he was on FaceTime. And I did On Fire on there.
yeah,
So when I introduced myself again, I was like, I'm Mr. On Fire, aka K Rhymes. He was like, I remember you.
right,
I was like, oh shoot, for real? And he was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I was on there with that other artist, and he named the artist. He was like, I do remember that. I
yeah,
do remember that.
yeah,
That was big to me that somebody that I grew up listening to, you know what I'm saying, even recognized it. Not that you knew exactly who I was, but you recognized when I said Mr. On Fire. So, you know, that resonated with me. You know what I'm saying? We exchanged information and everything.
yeah. It gives you a degree of validation because you feel like, okay,
Yeah.
somebody who's already been there, done it, like Flip, can look and acknowledge me and give me like a little cosign, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Flip is he's a master marketer and promoter of himself. And you know, that's one of the main qualities I always respected in him. There's never a moment or an event that's too small for him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists could learn from that concept of like, okay, you may be here, but I can still come to this show or that show and still get down and that, because the success that you're gonna gain as an artist is gonna come from the grassroots, as they would say in
Mm-hmm.
politics. From
Uh-oh.
hold on, let me see something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, well, we'll go through it till I get my situation right. It's not gonna always come from just the people who are so-called at the top. It's gonna come from the so-called little people. That's who hold you up. That's who
Oh
show
yeah.
that we stand on. We stand on the shoulders of the community, you know. So at
And
the
see, a lot of people forget too, those same little people is the people that made
right,
you. You know what I'm saying? All your fans had to be fans at first.
right,
They didn't know who you was at first. You had to make them your fans.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When you get away from keep on, like you said, connecting with your roots, connecting with the people that's at the bottom trying to work their way up. The reason why they watching you is because they feel like they want to be where you at. And you don't shit on those little people. The little
oh
people is
man,
the ones that make you.
come on, man, come on, man. And the people that were there in the beginning with you, they represent what would be a core audience for you.
Yeah.
So they are the most loyal ones. You know, the
Oh
ones
yeah.
that was with K Rhymes in the beginning when, hey man, I knew you before. The ones that'll say, I knew you when you had the such and such, you know what I'm saying? When you drove the little red. Those are the
Yeah.
ones, that's the core audience. So it always has to be an eternal level of appreciation and gratitude for those because you're gonna get a lot. You the kind of rapper, bro, that when your day come, you're gonna develop a core audience. You're gonna have people that's like they depending on you to give them to feed them the content.
Yeah.
But as is the case with any artist, you're gonna also get a lot of casuals. They just gonna come because Yee Haw is a hot song, but
Yeah.
they might not stick around, you know.
Yeah.
So you can
Half
always
of them aren't. Half of them
do
there for that glitter and glam. They
it.
want to be around for that glitter and glam. They don't want to run through the mud with you.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's why I call Young Hussein my mud brother.
yeah,
We getting it about the mud right now.
right,
You know what I'm saying? We stepping in them trenches where everybody else don't want to go.
yeah,
Just like you said, you do have to do. I ain't saying you got to stay in all of the showcases,
mm,
but you got to do some showcases. Cases. The reason why people know who you are is because you did a couple of showcases, because you did this one big show. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed that on October the 4th, I'm gonna be in Katy, Texas, opening up for Kurt Cobain.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it still was preparation to even get there.
right,
I had to get somebody that looked at my talent and was like, hey, I think you'll be great on this show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Yogi. Yogi be throwing some dope shows. He always bring out somebody that'll make you come out just to see it because it brings back your remembrance as a childhood. Or you was jamming their music back then in your car when you had a house speaker in your trunk. You know what I'm saying? It's several people that bring out some of these great artists that make you remember your old time. But
mm.
they also are great promoters. So that's why these individuals still messing with them. You know what I'm saying?
Tell the people how you are going to be able to still navigate through this industry without letting the industry snatch your soul like we hear in a lot of different.
That's a
How will
good
you be able to
question.
still be the same K Rhymes 5 years from now that you are now, but with the success?
You know, they say he puts you in every situation when it's time for you to be there. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly say if I made it when I wanted to make it, I probably would have blew through the money, probably be like the rest of them, strung out on something, messed up on something, because that glitter and glam will take you there. But the reason why I know I can stand firm right now, I got a mission. You know what I'm saying? I have foundation. I know the things that I'm trying to build up for and what I'm trying to do. And I'm not gonna deviate from that. I done reached a certain age that the same stuff that had me just like back then ain't the same stuff that have me like that right now. I've had the cars, I've had the women. You know what I'm saying? I done did some drugs. You know what I'm saying? I've done all these things already. So none of that stuff even surprises me or gives me an uprising. What I get an uprising from is when I walk up in there and that DJ like, you got K Rounds in the house. You know what I'm saying? That acknowledgement, you know what I'm saying? That I ain't good, you know what I'm saying? But I'd have had the car, I'd have had the women, I'd have had the money. You know what I'm saying? I done had 20,000 in the bank account, 50,000 in the bank account. I've had that. Did I blow it? I blew it like a motherfucker. but now I'm at that age that when it goes back in the bank account and it's like that again, I had everything that I wanted, so I don't have to run and try to catch that no more. You know what I'm saying? I do want to teach other artists. I do want to be a ghostwriter, writer. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm trying to do in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not chasing any dream anymore. I'm just chasing what I want in my dream now.
No doubt about it, man. We got the homie K Rhymes. I want to get a couple more in with you as well. I want you to talk about the importance of, as rappers, as artists, as people, but I'm bringing it to rap because this is where I'm going with it. Um, we've lost a few artists in just recent weeks.
Yeah.
And normally when you see the passing of a rapper, unfortunately it's connected to like some kind of violence, somebody got shot or something like that. But now when you see with Beat King, you
Mm-hmm.
see Fat Man Scoop
Yep.
collapsed on stage, and now you see a brother, Rich Homie Quan, who is
Yep.
kind of speculative about what happened, but you know, but a lot of these cases, we can even go back to like Pokey, lad,
Yeah. He died on stage too.
um, talk about like some of the things you do or maybe you want to try to do to maintain just that health and stamina to be able to continue, man, because it's a scary thing, man, see guys in their 30s, just falling like that, man.
39, 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is scary. You gotta, first off, anybody that's out there, you gotta keep this exercise in your regimen. You have to watch what you eat. We as black people, we love our fried food. Hey, I'm guilty of it too, because I would eat some fried chicken in a heartbeat, but it's not always good for us. So sometimes you gotta switch your diet up as well. The drinking and drugging, you ain't gotta do it every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell nobody don't smoke and all that just because I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stop smoking for anybody else. I stopped smoking for me. But watch what you put up in your body, because everybody don't wish you well. You don't know what somebody, they might have laced your stuff and handed it to you. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there smoking. Oh, you don't want to smoke? No, I'm high. They trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Watch who you get your drinks from. Shoot, sometimes people put stuff in these drinks, and these women in Houston been bringing it out to the forefront that they getting drugged out here again. The same stuff that didn't happen back then is still happening right now. It just doesn't have the big camera on it like everything else does right now. But ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that can change is the new type of way to kill us now, and that's fentanyl. They trying to put it in everything. If you do coke, they can throw fentanyl in your coke. If you smoke weed, they can put fentanyl in your weed. You drink alcohol, they can sprinkle some fentanyl in your alcohol. It's so easy to hide. So you have to be mindful of who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's just I cut back a lot of stuff, like I said, for myself. I want to be here for my son. My son is now 17. I want to see my grandkids, you know what I'm saying? And so on and so on. My grandfather is 92 years old, you know what I'm saying? And this man don't do nothing other than work every day, like he's still in his 50s. We go tell his butt to sit down all the time. He go cut people grass every day. Like it's nothing. This man still walking around here doing it. And he eats healthy, he exercises, and he don't do drugs. And I think that's what we lost because our generation, we love to party. We party animals. They didn't party like that. The type of party they did, they smoked a little joint and they threw. You know what I'm saying? They didn't sit there and try to kill the whole bottle. They didn't
Yeah.
sit there and try to smoke the whole ounce before they went in the house. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like monitor what they did. And that's the problem that we have. We don't monitor. We try to go overboard. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we gotta change it. And like you said, we gotta stay active. Movement is the key. You gotta keep moving, man. Man, let us know when it's dropping, what's dropping, where can we get it? Let us know when it's coming out, man.
Uh,
And your social
you
media info.
it's gonna be underscore KRHYMES underscore on Instagram, on TikTok, K Rhymes 5, on Facebook, K Rhymes. I am working on my next album, which is Chaos Theory 2.0. It should be dropping within the next month. I have 15 hard tracks that's going on there. I also got a bonus track. We got Yeehaw with Dougie D. Shout out to Dougie D. He's on the third verse. You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing to get him on there. He heard the song, was like, I want on there. And shoot, I was like, tell him, yeah.
Yeah, no
Tell
doubt.
him, yeah, he get on there. I've done a couple more songs with Young Hussein. I have 2 more songs with B Smooth, aka Mr. Litified. Uh, I'm working on another one with Country Boy P. Of course, I've been working with OG Dollar. You know what I'm saying? I got some hard hitters on this one that's gonna come out. Queen Lady Bishop gonna be on the track. Yeah, I got some hard hitters coming on this one. You know what I'm saying? So the next
When
one after
when
that,
when will it be dropping? When we looking for it to be coming out?
I want it out before November, but it just depends on mix and master and everything else. But everything is officially done except for probably 3 tracks. So I'm pushing it for November. I wanted to say October, but I know for sure November everything will be through.
Beautiful, man, brother. Well, we so appreciate you coming on with us, man. I think, I'm just putting it out there, man. I think that you really had a potential to be one of them next ones. Obviously a lot of things got to fall into place on the business
Yeah,
side, marketing promotion side, because the talent alone won't be enough. Unfortunately, it should be. But I think, man, at the pace you're going, if you keep your foot on their neck, people will be hearing from you and people will be seeing you because if they see you, they gonna automatically gravitate. So, I thank you for coming on with your big brother, man. And anything you need, just feel free to reach out. My brother
oh yeah, oh
K
yeah.
Rhymes is in the building, man.
And don't forget, I will be having one with the man himself on here.
Man,
We finna do one called "We Make It Look Easy."
see what
And
I'm
I
saying?
can't wait to do that one with you, bro.
And we're gonna do just that. We're gonna do just that.
And before we get off here, shout out and happy birthday again to you, bro. You made it around that sun another year. We blessed to have you here. We blessed to have your music here. Man, love you, bro. For real, for real.
Love you too, brother. God is great, and I'm thankful. Thank God for my mother and my father.
Well, business.
But man, you keep doing what you do, brother, and it's a pleasure. It's always good to see you. Always got great energy, great positive energy, humility, yet confident at the same time. That's the spirit that you gotta have. You hide, you got the sword hidden, but it's there if
Yeah,
you
it's
put it
definitely
out.
there.
So thank you, family, and we'll be in touch. And anytime you need your big brother, like I said, don't hesitate to contact me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big Brother K Reno Underground Dialogue Podcast Zoom edition with the homie K Rhymes. Y'all will be seeing and hearing them real soon. Much love. Salute.